Live but unstable. What does that mean? What do they mean average stream bitrate too high? Okay. Kind of weird. All right, well, whatever. It looks like it's working. All right, we got the we got the stream. Oh man. So, yeah, okay. Where to start? I mean, the start is the first pile, I suppose. Yep. How many are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yo, what up, Hank? You're just in time. I was just about to start through my first pile. Boom. Because I'm going to put my juicy collection of alternate fourth edition right in the front. Also, I should probably mention that like stuff has been going a little rough with the baby. So if Anya like texts, I gotta answer that even more than usual. She's sleeping right now, and if she calls, it's GG immediately as always. But yeah, we got the alt fourth edition. You can see. I'll grab another just so for posterity, so people can see the difference in the magic. The thing to look for, I mean, obviously it's darker overall, and there was always like printing differences, right? Like you can see the color of browns like up in here is different. But the thing to look for is the A. Even if the print is like slightly different, they'll always have this light patch in the A. Even if it's like slightly darker or whatever, like you can tell that there's supposed to be a light patch. The alternate fourth edition does not. In fact, it gets darker. So that's the easy way to tell. I mean, if you have a black light, the easy way to tell is that they don't actually glow under a black light, but I do not have one of those. So, yeah, I got them in color order. We got a nice circle of protection white, Douglas Schuler. This is maybe like a little, like move it. Yeah, it's something like that. I forgot. I should have like took notes about how I did this last time. The other thing is that the colors are like, it's not summer magic levels, but the colors are very, I think, pretty noticeable, notably darker than they would be in a normal fourth edition. I don't, I don't really have any good duplicates to compare, but you know, we got Sindbad by Julie Barrow. It's pretty interesting. Draw a card. If it is not a land card, discard it. Wall of Water. I like the art on this one, but like you know, this one also looks especially good from like the more saturated colors because of the red. Also, I think the blues just look better. Like the blues look really good with the slightly darker colors. Got Sunken City, Jesper Mirfors. Love the art on this. All blue creatures get +1/+1. During your upkeep, pay blue, blue, or destroy Sunken City. Bog Imp, we got a Ron Spencer. I was so happy about this one. I was so happy that we got a Ron Spencer Alt 4th edition. It's so good, dude. Let me see. There we go. Can get up nice and close. Got a Earth Elemental by Dan Frazier. This is interesting. I would actually like, if I was just looking at this, I would think it looks like something by Drew Tucker. Maybe it's not quite abstract enough for that, but that's the vibe I get. Got Flash Fires by Damian Willich. Willich? Willich? Very nice. Destroy all planes. I love the old color hate, dude. It's so funny. Wild Growth, classic Mark Poole. Another very fun find. I was very happy to find an alt fourth of this. I was literally just looking like I was trolling through the LGS bulk boxes like a madman. Fog. Perfect starter cards, color hate. Yeah, man. It's so good. We got Fog. Should probably move these since no, I don't flip the page yet. Got Sandstorm. Deals 1 damage to all attacking creatures. Even the landscape turned against Sarsaur, first rising up and pelting him, then rearranging itself so he could no longer find its way. It's good stuff. Gotta get players thinking about sideboards. True. Oh, another fantastic one that benefits from the saturation. Scarab? Scribe sprites? Amy Weber. Good stuff. The only sound was the gentle clicking of the fairy's wings. Then those intruders who were still standing turned and fled. One thing was certain. They didn't think the scribe were very funny anymore. I got two alt 4th Llanowar elves. Boom. The big thing is that, like, what is this? Is this near mint? Is it lightly played? It's probably moderately played, right? It's probably moderately played. I just like, because to me, especially after going through Hank's bulk, like moderately played and heavily played have totally different meanings. And then our last one here, we got a nice Wall of Wood, which was actually, I think one of the Llanowar elves was the first one I found, and then I found this one, and I'm like, they're so much darker than the other ones. They're not Summer Magic, obviously, because it's clearly not revised, but it just looked darker, and I picked it up, and then I looked up, is there any reason why 4th edition might be darker? And it turns out, yes, there is. So that's how I wanted to head the binder. I think after, I'm going to leave a page, because I'm going to do the thing where I choose my best art. Was this card ever used as carpet? All right. We're on to white. I think my biggest pile, it's actually pretty close. Also, I'm not alone this time, so there might be background noise with my mom a little bit, but she does know I'm streaming, so it's fine. Is it the biggest pile? I gotta know. Honestly, yes, it is, by a very, very small margin. So I think I showed this. I'm so white-pilled right now. It's true. I mean, here's the thing. I was looking through their bulk to find, like, anything useful, because I have the white EDH deck. So I just naturally found, like, more things from there, and then green, because green, and then black is cool, and then I had time to look through blue, and then red, I didn't have nearly as much time to look through it. This one I've shown off before, Starlight. This is actually the last remaining card, John Avon, by the way. Last remaining card from my original art deck that I found, like, in a drawer. It was just hanging out. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff. This is a nice one that I found. Oh, no, wait, this is a different one I'm thinking of. I mean, this is still a nice one. Christopher Rush, infantry veteran. The true dishonor for a soldier is surviving the war. There's another one I have that has like a similar color palette that was a fun find. You know what? I'm noticing now. This thing is miscut. Look at that. Look at how fat that border is on one side. Not as obvious here. Am I crazy? No, look at that. It's so thin here. It's thin here and thick here, but on the back, that actually looks pretty even, I think. Yeah, it looks much more even on the back. It's like just printed wrong on this side. Interesting. Usually I thought those like it's one or it's like on both sides. Let me bring up Telegram by the way. So I can see if I need. Right. Okay. It happens. Yeah. I have another couple like that. Dude, I saw this guy, I could not do it. Vacation Money Changer by Melissa Benson. Look at this dude. Summon townsfolk. Money Charger deals 3 damage to you when summoned. Put 3 credit counters on Money Changer at that time. During your upkeep, put 1 credit counter on Money Changer. 0. Sacrifice Money Changer to gain 1 life for each credit counter on it. Use this ability only during your upkeep. That's so value. A 0 too. He can block some stuff. Credit counter is so funny, man. I'd like to cash in my credit counters. This one I just saw. I had to get because it's Melissa Benson. I just saw a story about it in an old well, not super old, but an interview with her, and they were asking her about like times where she felt the art was off or something. It was like something about that, like challenges she ran into, and she mentioned how there's been a couple of times where they changed the name of the card or they changed stuff about the card that then makes her art totally irrelevant to the name otherwise. So I think she said this was originally supposed to be something like Azure Guardian instead of Ivory Guardians. And she said like that's why if you look at it you'll see one blue person instead of many ivory colored people or white people or whatever. So it's very funny. I had just seen this like before I went into the store. So I'm like I got to get it. I mean, it was, it's also 25 cents or whatever. It's very fun. Got another Harold McNeil, unfortunate person, but like I love this cycle so much. Like his style is cool. I don't have blue. I think blue. Oh, actually black. I don't know if there's a Circle of Protection. No, there must be. Because I have Circle of Protection Shadow, which apparently protects you from shadow creatures, but not black. Combat Medic, Susan Van Camp. Got the classic face in the background. It's so good, man. I love it. Change of Heart. Ron Spencer going absolutely insane. Let me get it up here. Look at that. Look at that shit, man. It's a white card, clearly. Oh, it's so good. Ron Spencer's just cracked as hell. Stephanie Law is a name that I recognize, but I couldn't name anything by her. We got Sunscape Apprentice. Very good. The Tiny Karn is also very powerful. You know what? I think I can shuffle this a little bit forward. It might be easier. Setessan Battle Priest. Wesley Burt. I don't actually know anything else Wesley Burt has done. This was a bit of a crush card when I first started playing. Theros block, I saw it a lot, right? It's not the best thing in Limited, but look at that. She's on her way to kick some ass. It's pretty good. So it's just a card I saw a lot because I was drafting a ton of Theros. We got Therese Nielsen, Silvercoat Lion. Hunters of every species on the savannah. Silvercoats disdain camouflage in favor of total dominance of the food chain. Good shit. Probably gotta move that back a tiny bit. Contemplation by Brahm. How fascinating it is to watch the machinations of one's own mind play themselves out. Volrath. That's Volrath, man. Look at him. That's Volrath. That's me. I'm the Volrath player. Chroma's Blessing. Adam Rex. This just goes in like there's so much good Chroma art from back in the day. It's just very solid. Inheritance. Kaya Foglio. More than lessons may be gained from the past. Helvor Aronson. Kildoran Priest. I mean, look, white has card draw. Lessons in jewelry? Yes. Look, it's about drip too, man. Tragic Poet. Oh, I'm so happy I found this in the bulk box. I found the original Tragic Poet by Quentin Hoover. I would weep, but my tears have been stolen. I would shout, but my voice has been taken. Thus, I write. It's good stuff, dude. It's so good. And I love the original art. Or the original... Yeah, original art, because there's a new one. I think this was also in a new border with the same art. This is Blind Obedience from Gatecratch, which my dumbass ordered from my EDH deck, and then I ordered it a second time with a retro foil in English. I don't know what I was cooking, but I definitely spent some extra money. Not too much, I guess, but like, yeah. I remember seeing that during the Gatecrash era. Amro Scout. Also ended up with 2 of these, I think, because I found one in a bulk box. Quentin Hoover, by the way, this is for the EDH deck. I found one in a bulk box, and then I forgot that I found it, and I found one when I was trying to fill some TCG player stuff to get free shipping, so I have 2. Equal Treatment, the Greg and Tim Hildebrandt. Unfortunately, I think if I get it close, maybe you can tell a little bit. The print quality is kind of dog shit. It's really unfortunate. Everything else like is fine. Like the text and stuff looks all right, but like just this art, and I even compared it to another one. It's just like a wonky printing or something. It's like a little bit blurry, but like I mean, you know, you hold it back a bit, it's like it's still fine. God, they're so good. They just do good art. This was another one of my, like, crush cards. Tell me again, said Latula, raising her fist, how just one woman held back an entire Keldon platoon. It's so good, man. And she has, like, this wonky... Look at this weapon. Like, look at this excess spear weapon. It's so good. D. Alexander Gregory, by the way. Love this style. Love his style so much. Very powerful card. I mean, it's not, like, powerful. It's a 4-drop for enchanted creature may block any number of creatures. It's not nothing, but it's not really something, I would say. Alright. Oh, we got our first Rebecca Guay, Devout Harpist. The notes themselves are irrelevant. The music's effect, however, is worth 10 armies. It is playable, Hank. Anything's playable. In my shitty EDH decks, anything is possible. What do you mean, no? It's a playable card, Hank. I could literally play it. I could play it right now. I could tap 4 lands and play the card. It's holdable? Yeah, it's true. It's very holdable. Disciple of Grace. Rob Ruppel. I actually don't... I need to check on this artist. I feel like they have more stuff that would be good. This is so this is like a body style. I mean, it's horny as shit. Beauty is beyond law. True. It's very horny, but also the way that the I don't know, it's like something with the lighting and just like the line work. but a lot of the lighting here reminds me of Frank Frazetta, Frazetta, very notable like fantasy artist. Really, really reminiscent of him, which is super cool. I don't think no, he didn't. He didn't do any magic cards, Frank Frazetta, but they did a secret layer with artwork of his for the cards, but he didn't do the artwork specifically for that. Divine Transformation, Nene Thomas. Glory surged through her and radiance surrounded her. All things were possible with the blessing of the divine. Good stuff. A lot of good angel related art. Mystic Familiar. Bird. This is a bird. We're focused, like, you think that this is who the card is about. You'd be wrong. It's this dude right here. Look at that. They soar and the mystics follow. That is Edward P. Beard Jr., by the way. Our boy. Suntail Hawk. Heather Hudson on her bird shit again. I really feel like I had this from Hank. I feel like I have two of these. Frazetta? I forget if I said Frazetta second. Frazetta, okay. You don't think you sent Suntail Hawk? Alright. Maybe it's just because I've like, when I was going through bulk, I saw so many of them. Led Astray, Adam Rex. Tap 2 target creatures. Never underestimate our enemy's strength, brutality, or stupidity. It's not a soldier? Yeah, true. It's just a bird. Boring. Spirit Flame, RK Post, my boy. My man. Mystic Zealot. I love the bring back old creature types. I want my nomad. I want my mystic deck. This is Paulo Parente. My found favorite from last time. Show of Valor. I got this one for the flavor text. Also, as a new parent, it kind of fucked me up a bit. the art. Duty, honor, and valor are either in your heart or they are not. You will never know for certain until you are tested. A Johnny Goldmane. It's so fucking good, dude. Like it's such a flavor win. Anthony Palumbo. Palumbo. It's very good. It's not the greatest art of all time. Like it's a little. I don't know. It's like fine. It doesn't really have much in the way of sauce, but that flavor text is just like a simple way to get my ass. Evangel of Heliod. Nils? Probably Niles? Nils Ham? Familiar name. Never said it aloud in my life before. Notable art. This is just another Theros pick, because like Theros is my shit. Also, Nils Ham is very, very good. I like his stuff. It's solid art. As they all are. Wake the Reflection even earlier. So I was drafting Theros, but the Dragon's Maze was actually my first event. And that came with a Dragon's Maze pack, a Gatecrash pack, and a Return to Ravnica pack. So like, and then I played like a little bit after that and stuff and got packs. So like this is one of the cards that's like etched in my brain. You see a bird, an oak, and a pack beast. I see the potential for an army. It's good stuff. And that's Cynthia Shepard. Yeah, just locked in. Never, like, it's not a good card. This was a new one for me. We have Hosea Joe Cameron. Nyxborn Unicorn. It has Bestow. It's a unicorn, man. It's a sparkly celestial unicorn. There's honestly not much else to be said about it. Like that's the whole bit. That's the rub. Okay, I'm on the second row. Gotta remind myself. Core Hookmaster, Wayne Reynolds. I really like the core artwork. Modern Horizons 3 too powerful. True. Also, hi Ace. I love the core from Zendikar. That was like a cool, like they had a lot of cool art, and I think there's some more in here as well. There's some really good shit. So these are kind of also like the timeline for those not familiar is Zendikar is when me and my friend bought starter decks, and that was like the first time we ever played Magic because we'd like heard a little bit about it, right? But we always played Yu-Gi-Oh when we were tiny, when we were in like third grade or second grade, and then in early height like 2009, I guess 2010 something. Whenever the starter decks for Zendikar were out, I suppose we got those, the monocolored ones, and just looking at packs and stuff, like we got a few packs, but I remember core was like, I don't know, they were just like a thing, right? They were just a weird thing that was there that was human but not. So it's etched in my brain. And then later I would go to a Dragon's Maze event, and then I would draft Theros, and Theros is where I played like a shitload. We got pacifism, classic art. It's not as good as the chroma, the one with a chroma on it, but like this is just iconic, right? That's Robert Bliss. For the first time in his life, Grack felt a little warm and fuzzy inside. It's just good. I said I'm on the second row. Did I start the second row? I did. 7th edition pacifism. I'm blanking on that one offhand. Who did it? I can't picture it at all. Healing Salve. This one also has a lot of versions. Hannibal King. The Femeref look only to the sun for healing. They have never truly understood life's cycle. Kifimbo, Shadow Guild Mage. It's good stuff. Pikeman, Dan Fraser. It's just a simple, like, I kind of love the simple, like, soldier castle, like, moat and shit, like that art. Banding first strike. As the cavalry bore down, we faced them with swords drawn and pikes hidden in the grass at our feet. Don't lift your pikes till I give the word, I said. Maveen O'Donnell. O'Donnell? Memoirs of a Soldier. Like, it's just good. Eric Peterson. I can't think of the art, though. Like, I can't think of all of what it looks like. Do a little link, please. Death Ward. Such a funny, like, Mark Poole, like, such a freaking funny card. It's, it's so good. Look at how he's holding the little wand thing. It's like he's doing, like, a little magic trick. It's so good, man. I love it. Regenerate target creature. It's not the worst combat trick. I mean, just one white. That's not too shabby. All right, let's see what you got. Yo, this one. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Man, that's kind of a that foil isn't too bad. It's kind of cheap enough to make you want to get the foil. Oh, let's see the Tempest. Your Angel coming up. Oh, yep, the Tempest one is also very good. Or Tempest, rather. Tempest. The Temptress one. Parapet. Parapet. Mark Poole. See, again, we just got like a simple, like, it's a wall, it's a soldier. It's just good. Alright, we got Ace's Angel, apparently. I saw this one. It's new art. I recognize the name, Pendersky. I couldn't point to anything else that he's done offhand. I mean, like, I couldn't name a card that he's done. It's just good, dude. Like, I saw this one in a bulk, or was this in a bulk box? This might have been fodder on TCG. I think it might have been TCG fodder. Like, I was getting something from a seller, and I needed to get to free shipping, like another dollar or whatever it was. So I just, like, sorted by cheapest. I was just, like, adding 1 cent cards, or however much, and this one was there. And, I mean, look at that art, though. I can appreciate modern art. Look, I still think the borderless, if you're going to do borderless, this part up top looks fine. But then you get to this. You get to this part of the frame. Cut that out. Make it all black. Or make it go through this and have the art extend past, but have this section go through. That would be cool. Or just do the thing where it's truly borderless and have it flit around. You know? Actually, that is pretty good. Is this good enough to be is this good enough to be a consideration for my EDH deck? You control until it leaves the battlefield. But then you're just at no, because then you're just at risk of nobody ever dealing with your thing, and then you can't get your shit back. I don't know. It's interesting. It's not like a no, but I do have a consideration list for EDH that is like not long but extensive enough. Evan Fong. Just foretell it and hold 3 mana the whole game. Another new one. I found, they had like the retro frames are cheap, man. And I was like, let's see if the retro frames make me feel like this is a real Magic card. It kind of does. Like from a distance, just laying down, like the art doesn't stand out as like a thing that's super modern. Though, like if you look at it up close, obviously, it does eventually get there. These were probably all from that same seller. Uh, uh, I think that's pronounced Zhao, Zhao Chen, Zhao. I don't know if this is before or after. He was also in an interview recently. There are a couple of Magic the Gathering artists, modern ones, who have switched from digital to traditional. And this was one of them. He was in there. I don't know if this is before or after. He had, oh, I forget what the name of the full name of the card. If it's like water scale or scale something, crocodile or alligator. I think it's crocodile. And that was like the first one he did that's traditional. I don't know if all of his cards after that have been traditional, but the other one who has is, I think it's Joseph somebody. Can't think of his last name because I've seen it like once in that article. He did one of the Phyrexian sagas. Not Zhe Zhao Chen, the Joseph guy. He did the Phyrexian saga in traditional, and then he sold the original painting for a shitload of money. And he's like, maybe this is a good way to make some extra revenue. So he started doing traditional after that, which is super cool. This is the card by Anato Finstark that kind of got me onto, like, you know what? There's like art that I feel is like an old Magic card, and it's getting hamstrung by the frame. I feel like this is like the colors here make me feel like this is older than it is. The color is a little off, right? Like there's things that point to it not being an old Magic card, of course, but like I don't know. It's just the vibe here is on. It's on point in my opinion. Young Hao Yan Han is one of my favorites. Hell yeah, dude! I recognize the name. What did I what did I see by him? I definitely recognize the name. I can't think of what he would have done that I know, but I've definitely come across them. Maybe there's something in here by him, and I just neglected to find it. We got a old border Mesa Enchantress that was like bulk level, like it was just cents. So I filled the TCG order, man. She shepherds mysteries and dust as others would a flock of sheep. It's very good. The Enchantress deck is one step closer to completion. We got, I still don't know how to pronounce his name. Dieterlizzi with Angelic Protector. My family sheltered in her light, the dark was content to wait. Just good stuff. I found some favorites of his that I was very pleased about. Another modern retro frame, Sanctifier and Vec by Michael C. Hayes. It's just good stuff. Like Magic art is so good. Even modern art. Like I disparage it a little bit for being modern, but at the end of the day, like there's so much, especially the modern stuff when it's like blown up. When you put it like, there's a lot of it available at like wallpaper size, right? It's so good. Like it's oh my, oh man. Heather Hudson, my goat. Order of the Stars. I love it. It's so simple, dude. Just stop. As stoic as the marble halls, as unblinking as the stars upon their shields. It's good stuff. Oh, this is a favorite. This was in the art deck. Also looks a little bit misprinted. Miscut? Misprint? Ooh, this one's like miscut. Thick. Thick on one side. Dude, Rebecca Guay coming back for Foundations. We got a Greg and Tim Hildebrandt. I freaking love this one, man. This one is like, I always think it's a Lord of the Rings art, and it's a not. It's not one of their Lord of the Rings pieces. It's just one that looks a shitload like their Lord of the Rings pieces. If I like, I don't think it is. It looks really close though. I love this art so much. This was such an auto include in the art deck back in the day. The basic lands. You know what? When I was digging through the bulk box at the LGS, I did see one, and like I might have to get it. I might have to go and like peek at more of their basics. Xena Saunders. So I was very Xena Saunders pilled after discovering she did the Windrake that I like so much. I loved it, and so I went and I kind of like looked for what else she did, and this one came up. There's a couple others like scattered in here. Remedy. These things will protect you while I'm gone. Remind you of my love for you. Love song of night and day. I didn't know this one was foil. This was a TCG like fluff fill, and I just didn't look at all to see if it was foil. I can't even tell. Who do we got? Who do we got on the art? Anastasia. I can't even see on the camera. Ovchinikova. That looks correct. Timeless Dragon. Timeless Dragon is playable. Plane Cycling 2. Oh, I guess Plane Cycling is probably pretty good. It's bent. I need to hydrate it a bit, but it's going in the binder. I mean, is it playable enough to maybe be in my EDH deck? Is the thing. I feel like no, but maybe. Yes. My EDH deck is pretty good. I mean, I'll leave it out for consideration, I suppose. It can chill by here. Son of a bitch. Got more Rebecca Guay. Samite Blessing. This was also in the art deck. The art deck was really just a Rebecca Guay deck with some guest stars. Knit bone, darn flesh, stitch skin, weave breath. Samite healing ritual. It's so fucking good. It's so cool. Oh my god, I love Magic. Benelish Emissary. Randy Galagos. It's such a weird, the longer I look at this card, like the weirder it gets. Like, look at her outfit. She's got like the chainmail bikini bottom on, but then she's wearing like the under the like long underwear type thing, and she's got like the knee pads, and like the scroll is like shooting into the ground, and it's like around. I don't know, man. There's a lot going on. It's a lot. And EDH, it might just not be worth the slot. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Kismet, this is a favorite. I've thought about this in the deck. This is Kaya Foglio, so it's classic. I've thought about this in the deck, but it's all of target players. So I'm like, do I really want to be a dick to one person in a 4-player game? I feel like no, but like maybe. You would say that's playable? Yeah. I am going to do an EDH stream where I'm sleeving my deck and then also kind of like looking more closely at stuff. that I could like basically my considering board, and then I kind of have a list of like things currently that I'm like, this is definitely not getting played anymore. This maybe is that, and like this might not be. Da da da. We have one of my all-time favorite arts that has been sitting on the side here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Indestructible Aura by Mark Poole. The Legends common was even not that expensive, much to my surprise. Oh, it's so good. It's an all-timer, man. Like this is an iconic card. I love it so much. Uh this was a surprising little find. Uh this is a beta. It's a beta version of Guardian Angel. It's not worth like any. I think it's worth like a few bucks. Guardian Angel, Anson Maddox, familiar name. Prevents X damage from being dealt to any one target. Any further damage to the same target this turn can be cancelled by spending 1 mana per point of damage to be cancelled. I mean, but mostly look at that art. That's sick. Angel Mercy, Melissa A. Benson. Melissa Benson is like really good. Definitely grew on me throughout the last stream. My boy, D. Alexander Gregory, Warrior's Honor. No person was ever honored for what he received. Honor has been the reward for what he gave. Kelvin Coolidge. I love when they just put like quotes from actual people on the card. Improvised Armor, Alan Pollock. Another horny card, but you know. Do I have some of the old Sultai Khans of Takir cards? I do not. I was into Magic at that time, and then in 2017, 2018, I sold my entire collection, and because I moved overseas. And then I never regretted it until recently. So I've just been kind of buying bulk just for fun. I bought an EDH deck to have again. I don't know that I'll be collecting cards like I was before. Because like cons I was drafting. So I was just amassing those. I don't plan on drafting in paper anytime soon. But I don't have any of those cards anymore. There was good shit. Cons, I liked cons a lot, man. Ken Myers Jr. At a glance, at a distance, right? Does this not look like a Ron Spencer card? Look at all, like, there's just like spikes and shit. It just looks like a Ron Spencer. Like, at a distance, that's probably why I pulled it out of the box. I'm like, oh, it's Ron Spencer. And then it wasn't. It was very surprising. I'm up here, you're down there. Now who's the lower life form? This was another classic of mine. Donato Giancola, my main man. Jasmine Seer is not good, but holy shit, did I see it everywhere. Like this was just like the white card to me. Like this was when I thought of white Magic cards, it was this one pretty much. Don't know why. I just happen to have it and like see it a lot. They got errated digitally. What they get errated to? Or like what did they change? Got Jeff Miracola, Voice of Grace. I think this is a... No, okay. I thought this was maybe a glyph that they used in the background, but I don't think it is offhand. Like the glyph cycle they had. Another Donato Giancola. Look at this lad. Look at this lad, man. He's wide as hell, bro. Ooh, which kindred type? Which one was I going through that they changed? Oh, it depicted demons as cats. Classic lad. Yeah, man. He's so big. He's wide as hell. Redeem another D. Alexander Gregory. Just good. Stefan Tappen. This was just a horny pick. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't lie to you guys. It's just a it's just a horny pick. Never heard of him before in my life. Richard Kane Ferguson. There's for sure some. Not as much as I would have liked. Or not as much as I found, but there's definitely, and there's at least two. I think they're in the blue stack. We got more Therese Nielsen. Circle protection artifacts. I don't know if you guys can hear my phone popping off. If you can, then I apologize. It's good stuff. Got Scott M. Fisher. Dude, this is like the most ripped chick in Magic. Or a contender anyway. Like, she's yoked. It's crazy. And that's the holy strength, of course. You can tell that it's not my wife, because if it was, the stream would be ended already. This is my cousin responding to stuff. We got a Kaya Foglio. Blessed Wine. I love this card, man. Look at that dude. That's me. That's me. This actually, it's great that it's sparkly. A few years ago at a local place in my parents' hometown, they had like these red glittery Christmas drinks. And this is what it reminds me of now. And that was literally me drinking it, just like holding it up, like dumbass grin on my face, like let's do this. Sworn Defender. Just good shit. Another D. Alexander Gregory. I love this card a lot. It's so simple, right? It's such simple artwork, but like the clouds are like they're very cloudy clouds, you know? They're like anime clouds. And it's just like, I don't know. It's just a very simple but powerful looking card. I don't think it's powerful. Change Sworn Defender's power to the toughness of target creature blocking or being blocked by Sworn Defender, -1 until end of turn. Change Sworn Defender's toughness to 1 plus the power of that creature until end of turn. I hate that. I wouldn't play that just on the grounds that I'm not figuring that out. There's no way. There's no way at all. That's so funny. It's so shit. Looks like that mountain picture I posted some time ago. Let me peek again. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I got you. I can see it. We got the Convalescent Care. Greg and Tim Hildebrandt. It's a chroma again. They just hit different, man. Their colors just hit different. They're just doing good work. Enlightenment comes most swiftly at life's end. They're just, it's next level. At least that one's on a bird soldier, I guess. We got John Avon. Dominaria's Judgment. I do have the unholy one. I don't have the Scott Fisher one, I believe. I think I opted for the Therese Nielsen, and I'm like, do I want both? Do I want to do the Therese Nielsen like duo? And I didn't. At least not yet. Dominaria's Judgment. That's very good lighting. They eroded Rakshasa into just demons, devil, instead of also being cats, since Rakshasa are an actual mythology thing, and them being cats was just a D&D-ism. Gotcha. There's a thing that I learned that they just have in the game still, I think, and I don't think it's been eroded. There's like some sort of priest from an Ethiopian religion that's just chilling. Like, I don't think it's been eroded. Do I have the one with the pentagram? No. I think that's alpha, right? Alpha or beta? I don't got that one. Another Therese Nielsen. Ethereal champion, sorry. Therese Nielsen also just hits different. Shame she said that stuff or did that stuff or whatever. D. Alexander Gregory. This was in the art deck, I think. Shimmering Barrier. I love this kind of shit. This is my jam when there's just like, we're going to put a block. We're going to just do blocks on the on the card. It's always a good time for me. Well, not always, but mostly. Brainwash, another Therese Nielsen. Enchanted creature cannot attack this turn unless its controller pays an additional 3. They're not your friends. They despise you. I'm the only one you can count on. Trust me. You have it like that with Seth MacKinnon? Yeah. I mean, I'm separating the art from the artist, man. Like, I got Harold McNeil in this binder. He's probably, of the Magic the Gathering artists who we know are pieces of shit, I think he has to be the biggest, just by virtue of being an actual Nazi. like, I can't imagine Seth MacKinnon is that bad, but maybe he is. Another D. Alexander Gregory, another classic, Spirit Mirror. It's very good. Unlikely Alliance, Phil Foglio. It's so good. Look at how freaking horny that outfit is. And this dude is just chilling. Like, it's so funny. Spirit Mirror was in the trash cube. That makes some sense. Let me read it off for those interested. Though they could have paused, it would have saved me time. During your upkeep, if there are no reflection tokens in play, put a reflection token into play. Treat this token as a 2/2 white creature. 0. Destroy target reflection. Yeah, I mean that is some sauce to it. Some stuff. Quentin Hoover. A Adakar Unicorn. Only add mana for cumulative upkeep. It's very good. That's what the cumulative upkeep EDH deck. Someday. Armor of Faith. Anson Maddox. I think this was just a filler because I didn't recognize it at all. And some of the things with these stores on TCG Player is like there are a short list of cards I want, right? Like this was on the short list. Cooperation, Phil Foglio. But sometimes they don't have that, so I just take like whatever they got that's retro or looks really good. I do have Kev Walker. There should be Kev Walker in here. If there wasn't, there definitely wasn't the last stream I did because my boy Hank, aka I am 3D Homer, gave me a shitload of bulk, which is kind of what kicked off this whole thing. There was definitely Kev Walker in there. We got Spirit Link, Kaya Foglio, another very cool one. Sending a vampire, cat, bat, fox. Dieter Lizzie. Don't even need to look at the artist, man. You know it. Angelic Blessing. A peasant can do more by faith than a king by proclamation. It's great. I was really hoping I wasn't going to take an hour to do the white thing. But it's going to be like an hour. Archangel. Quentin Hoover. Just good. Just classic look. Classic Magic. Oh, the next one is fun. This was in my art deck also, because it's so simple. Conversion. 2 and 2 white. All mountains are considered basic plains while conversion is in play. Pay white during upkeep, or a conversion is discarded. It's so funny, man. Fuck your colors. Lorwyn bulk, not as much. I think there's some in here. Yeah. At this point, I was still kind of going for like stuff that I kind of knew were artists that I knew. But I mean, my dream would be to have like singletons of every set. I don't even care about like the money cards, you know? But like I just want to look at them. I just want to have them to look at. Benelish Hero, Douglas Schuler. This is like another classic white card. Like I saw this one with Jasmine Seer a lot. Like just chilling. Probably because Places just had 1 billion of them. Oh, we got a banger. It's a banger alert. This is one I went out of my way to get. Oh yes. The Animate Wall. The revised Animate Wall. Oh, it's an all-timer. It's an all-time Magic card, man. It's so good. This is perfect. This is perfect art, and some people hate to admit that. They can't admit that Animate Wall is potentially one of the peaks of Magic the Gathering art. We got Avon Soulgazer, not a bird soldier, a bird cleric by John Avon. Channeling Hildebrandt Brothers, I think. Just in the shading, like he's using the kind of softer orange to purple gradients, and then his shading is kind of purpley. Very cool shading. I feel like he's channeling the brothers Hildebrandt there a little bit. I forget if this one was in the art deck. Greg Staples, Angelic Curator. Do not treat your people as you treat your artifacts. Let them go and they will live. Seal them here and they will die. Urza to Radiant. It's a good, just good lighting, good perspective, good concept. This is just a weird one I stumbled on. Mark Poole, Akron Legionnaire, Chronicles. I don't know. It's just a dude. It's just a knight. Except for Akron Legionnaire, non-artifact creatures you control cannot attack. 8/4 for 8. This, I feel like that's the card I would hone in on and get like fucked by. Like I would be like, this is too powerful. Bone Splinter by Cole Eastburn. I can't think of that. I'm sure I've seen it. Let me take a peek on the laptop quick. Bone Splinter. Clint Eastburn. Oh, Scryfall just searched bone. Okay, Gatherer might have the sauce for me. Nope, that's real annoying. Maybe just images. Oh hell yeah, dude. Yeah. That's good. Bone Splinters. It came up. Green Ward. This was a great bulk box find. Dan Frazier revised, near mint condition. What I can only assume are blood stains at the top. It's just, it's so like damaged, man. It's so funny, and it's just like, I don't know, a little branch, kind of runic structured branch. Let me make sure Telegram is up. Gallantry by Mark Teden. The courageous accomplish more in a single moment than the cowardly do in a lifetime. Gallantry by Douglas Schuler. Forgive me, Miri whispered. I thought you a burden and you saved my life. Hannah quietly accepted the apology. I've seen some other cards with these two. Were Hannah and Miri like the original Chandra Nissa? I feel like they were. Like I've seen a couple of cards with them in particular on it, and I'm like, I ship this. I ship this shit, man. Holy Armor, Melissa Benson. It's very good. Look at those spikes. Look at those horns. That's horny art, if I say so. Hypochondria, Christopher Mueller. It's another good one. Very good concept. Kind of Berserk-esque a little bit. We're on the third row. Healing Salve, another one. Different art by Heather Hudson. Love the old depictions of Urza and Mishra back in the old sets. Hell yeah, man. The old, like, I don't want to disparage the new flavor too much because there are elements that I liked. But like the old stuff just hits different, especially on cards. Like the way that they depict stuff through cards is just, I prefer it. I like it. This one was also in the bulk box, and I picked it up because it was 25 cents. What am I going to do? Not get the 8th edition Black Border Holy Strength foil? Come on. What are we doing? Look at that. My crow brain just activated. I couldn't say no. Holy Day. I have another variant of this that is a consideration for the For the EDH deck, prevent all combat damage that be dealt this turn. It's just a fog. It's just a fog effect. We got Drew Tucker, Holy Light from the Dark. All non-white creatures get -1/-1 until end of turn. Bathed in hallowed light, the infidels looked upon the impurities of their souls and despaired. The Book of Tal. It's so good, man. It's such good flavor and such good art. Knight Errant, Matthew D. Wilson. I just got this because it's Matthew D. Wilson. I like his shit, and it's a good knight. Weatherlight Saga was so good artistically. Hell yeah. There is some very, very good Weatherlight Saga cards in here. Keeper of the Light. D. Alexander Gregory. Our boy is back. This one, I remember seeing this one when I was younger. And like I remember the hair just like going crazy. To stand out to me, I would say. I'm going to try to speed up a little bit. I don't want to cut this, like, just because people are still home. I'm like taking up all the real estate. I'm like making people be a little quiet or whatever. So I'll try to go like a little faster, but no guarantees as always. Karma. Look at this dude. I love this one. Just fuck your swamps. And also look at this guy in distress. Classic one for me from Return to Ravnica. Therese Nielsen also. Keening Apparition. I caught myself. It's fine. Doesn't count. Brothers Hildebrandt. Silken Fist Order. Hands weave life and death. Intertwining spirits knit. Tapestries and shrouds. Very good. I mean, it's Brothers Hildebrandt. Like, what do you want? Basically, if I saw something of theirs that I didn't have, I grabbed it. So this one is important to read the flavor text. We have the 9th edition, Sacred Nectar, by Janine Johnston. You gain 4 life. Over the silver mountains, where spring the nectar fountains, there I will kiss the bowl of bliss and drink my everlasting fill. Sir Walter Raleigh, The Pilgrimage. It's very good. And then I had to get the starter, 1999 starter version. Sacred Nectar. For he on honeydew hath fed, and drunk the milk of paradise. Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Kubla Khan. I love that poem. And I love that song. Any Rush fans up in here? What a good quote. I love that song and the poem. It's just so good. I didn't know that they put a quote on one of the cards. This is an all-timer. Soaring Hope by Martina Pilsarova probably. Soaring Hope. It's just tits. It's just wings on boobs. Oh, it's so funny. It's such nonsense art in that way. And like, why is it like Soaring Hope and that's what you come to? Spirit Weaver, Matthew D. Wilson. Let my hope be your shield. It's just good. Good. Matthew D. Wilson does good work. Oh, here's an all-timer from Weatherlight Saga. Or from Weatherlight Set, whatever. Sarah's Blessing. God, the Rebecca Guay art is so good. I have seen your strength imbued in angels' wings, and I have felt your sorrow rain down on the ruins brought by the Lord of the Waste. Hannah, Weatherlight Navigator. It's so good, man. That's flavor. That's flavor. We have another D. Alexander Gregory. Dude, Rebecca Guay is like, she's stacked, man. It's the hacks. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Kev Walker. There we are. I knew there was Kev Walker in here. Mycologist. For your white sapperling needs. Ron Spencer. The Dark Miracle Worker. Ron Spencer just with like still kind of no chill. Some of his white. Oh, this one is one of the ones I was talking about. This is World Wake, right? No. Why am I blanking? Is this World Wake? No. The other one was Zendikar. Maybe the other one was a different. No. I forget what the icon. I forget because the two icons look the same. World Wake is like the one with 4 points in kind of a compass shape, a little bit, for lack of a better term. Anyway, Austin Sue, dude, I love this art so much. This was an early one I saw that like it just hit different. The lighting is so good. The air, the wind movement, the fabric movement is so good. I love this card a lot. It's very, it lives in my head. Polymorphous Jest and just the first polymorph. Yeah, I don't know those offhand either. It's so cool how like different people have different like the thing that you saw that like just it just is like in your brain as a thing that like captured you. I love that shit. Pete Venter's Circle of Protection Blue. I know Hank already sent me a Protection Blue, but it was different art, and I didn't know this art existed. I saw it. I had to do it, man. I had to. Look, it's just a face. Oh, still got two more on this binder, or on this page. Speaking of Nazis, Circle of Protection Green by Harold McNeil. Such a shame that the dude's art is really good. This is another new one. I like these frames, and I like the flavor of it. Candle Grove Witch. I like this style. When they get into, because I like anime, right? So when they get into more anime style, it's really cool. It's a good time. For me, anyway. Oh, I got three more. Am I missing? Maybe I put this in my considering deck. There's one card that I thought I had that I don't see in my pile. Congregate by Mark Zug. This is like art as hell. Like this is like Renaissance sort of shit, except a little hornier. Like Renaissance probably wasn't doing that shit, or like that chick in the background with that short skirt. But like just the lighting and the angles and stuff, like it's crazy. A staple of my high school days multiplayer games. Yeah, man. Each creature in play, it doesn't even have to be your creatures or your opponents. It's all of them. For just 4. We have Circle of Protection. I did find a Circle of Protection Black. Okay. Completely forgot. Harold McNeil. Yeah, so I'm just missing blue from that cycle. And this was the Dark Italian set. Saw this by Christopher Rush. This art is incredible. The colors are amazing. Also, the card is going for like $7. I forget which one it is. I mean, it's going for 7 in English. I should say almost 8 in English. I forget what the actual name is in English, but this card is so cool. This is like one of the coolest art cards I've seen in white as far as colors go. It's crazy. Stacked. I need to check if the other card that I was thinking of is in my considering deck. One moment. It's gonna drive me crazy otherwise. It is. It is. I'm not insane. I did get it. Elves Splash Congregate? Hell yeah. Well, we'll see how long blue takes me. Because I am I plan on adding to this binder eventually. So do I just frick it. we'll just go. I should show the art first though. Riptide from the Dark. All blue creatures become tapped. It's interesting that this is in blue. 1 mana though. I mean, if you're doing a blue mirror, like Todd Lockwood, a favorite artist of mine, because he does other art I don't want to say he's a real artist and imply that Magic the Gathering are artists are not real artists, but like Todd Lockwood does like novel covers and stuff is where I knew him from originally. Todd Lockwood, Brothers Hildebrandt, Matthew D. Wilson, Clyde Caldwell, who was in the Green Deck, the stack of Green Bulk. A couple others that I can't think of offhand. Larry Elmore comes up once, I think. There's a few, but yeah. Which one did you know? The Soul Barrier or the slow motion one you knew? This is Soul Barrier, Harold McNeil. Just an unfortunate guy. I found out to be clear, I found out he was a Nazi after buying. Slow motion, okay, nice. Steel Artifact, little misprinted, not miscut, it looks like a little bit. Amy Weber, you control target artifact until enchantment is discarded or game ends. It's good stuff. Rebecca Guay, a blue Rebecca Guay card, Shimmering Mirage. Oh, is that all? Is that all you need? Why didn't you say so? Why didn't you just say so? Reef Shaman. Amy Weber with a merfolk. Sea Singer. I did get a couple of anti cards. I got a black one, a red one, and an artifact. 2 artifacts, actually, that I saw. Sway of Illusion, Greg and Tim Hildebrandt. I suggest you take a closer look. All right, can do. I love this card, too. It's just so good. Such kind of, it's in that perfect realm of like, this is dopey as hell, but also it's kind of rad, low-key. Paulo Parente, Cisse's Ingenuity. And Squee. Don't forget Squee. Squee's there too. He's vibing. Yeah, okay, we're on the second row. Steve Luke. This was a filler. Never heard of it in my life, but I think they just had the seller just had like this was a retro card they had. I'm like, yeah, all right. There was a couple where it was literally like they didn't have almost any old cards. So if they had any at all, I would just like add them to the cart to fill for free shipping. I got like a bunch that way. Stronghold Machinist. Therese Nielsen. She stretches the laws of physics until they snap. Don't know who that guy is in the background. Is that Gareth One Eye? No. Looks like he has 2 eyes. It's probably not him. Sea Troll by Daniel Gellin. Look at this guy. He's like a little goblin shark looking thing. I've seen those trolls devour a drowning sailor faster than his lungs could fill with water. Terrifying. Another Harold McNeil, Ray of Command. We'll just put that in the binder and try to forget. Oh, it's right behind the other McNeil. This one is crazy. This is like such a deep. It's 5th edition. Amy Weber, Time Elemental, but it's such a dark printing. It's crazy. I do not have any of those. I didn't come across any. It's on my like list. Like I'm aware of it. It's just I didn't get any. Treasure Trove. Michael Sutphin. Karn and Hannah stood over the recovered legacy artifacts like loving parents over sleeping children. She is making eyes at Karn. Look at that, dude. She is making eyes at Karn. It's so funny. She's so down. She's so down bad for this metal man. Here we go, I believe. Richard Kane Ferguson. Theft of Dreams. Volrath stole everything there was of me. Beautiful. I mean, like, I don't have met much Richard Kane Ferguson, but that's because I didn't stumble upon any. Like he is one of the goats of Magic, though. Like to be clear, like he's an all timer. He's up there, upper echelon for sure. Susan Von Camp, Thalicos Dream Sower. Look, she can't resist. She can't resist putting a face in the background, dude. She she just can't. In some form, it's just got to be there. Richard Thomas, Thunderwall. Had never seen this card in my life. I don't even think I'd heard of this card in my life before I saw it in the bulk box, and it's just so cool. It's very simple, very clean. First go for the throat art. Yeah, that's very good. Cool. Though I prefer go for the goat. Had never seen this art either. Tom Wainerstrand. We actually had seen him a little bit in Hank's bulk. Tidal Influence. This is just so cool. It's like those folders from when I was in like elementary school with like the whales flying into space or whatever, like swimming in space. It kind of has that vibe. Like the moon is just right there. I don't know, man. It has such a specific vibe to it. It's really neat. It's good stuff. Reminds me of Winter Orb. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. We got another Rebecca Gway. Twiddle. Tap or untap target artifact, creature, or land. This is a good one. Twiddle. Fun. They had a foil treasure trove, 9th edition. So how could I not? I think I have another treasure trove in here. But like, if you were gonna pick a card to foil or to have in foil, like this is one of them. Look at all that gold. You got jewels. Got the goblet. Crow Brain maxed out. Is it bent? Not too bad. A little bit. Don't know how well that's focusing. It's like a little overhydrated. Yeah. Because it's bent, it's concave. Or it might just be bent. It's not much. I'd feel comfortable playing it in a deck. With sleeves, of course. All of the bent ones I found are like the Timeless Dragon. This one is dehydrated. Like this one is bent a lot. Any of the newer foils, like they're just, the printing quality has gone to shit. Like yeah, sometimes I find a foil from Odyssey or something, or Odyssey? Yeah, whatever. Old foil, and it's totally fine. Sometimes it's bent, but sometimes it's totally flat. But any foil you find from like the last 5 years? 6 years, that shit's bent. It's a Pringle. Undo by Therese Nielsen. Oft I've wished to undo past deeds, but never did I imagine they would be undone for me. Heather Hudson, Veil of Birds. Heather Hudson is bird pilled, dude. Cracking collector boosters with cards pre-curled for your pleasure. Oh, it's so true. I really like this art a lot. Heather Hudson is great. She's hella bird pilled. Got another Rebecca Gway. Vodalian Hypnotist. Deceit is the heart of war. Wizard. This has to be eroded to a merfolk, right? Like there's no way. There's no way that's not a merfolk currently. Susan Von Camp. Wind Dancer. I like this one. I mean, Susan Von Camp I just really like. Her style is kind of wonky in a really warm way. Flying like a bird does not make you as free as one. Volrath. Dan Hazeltine. It is a merfolk now? Good. Weather Seed Fairies. 2 days after the forge was completed, the fairies were immune to its flames. Really cool. I love the hair in this one. Like the swept hair is just very good. Like that's what drew me, honestly. Very good. Whispers of the Muse, Quentin Hoover. I followed her song only to find it was a dirge. I love that. That's such good, like, it's just cool. Waterworm, The Dark, Ron Spencer. Just a waterworm. It's just a little guy. Another Rebecca Guay. I love this one a lot. Wall of Tears. Many have been lost to pity. Karn, Silver Golem. Like, this is just a very, like, it's just cool as hell. God, Rebecca Guay is just fantastic. Is this another? Yeah, another Richard Kane Ferguson. Walking Dream. Dreams, by definition, live shorter lives than those who dream them. True. True, true, true. Reef Shaman, Scott M. Fisher. It's good stuff. It's kind of, I mean, you can see, like, this looks pretty close to Holy's strength, right? It's up there. Yeah. Quick Change, a very funny card. Like, I don't know, like a quick change. Makes me think of The Theater, right? By Christopher Moeller. Most Ravnikins lead lives of desperate survival. Those who thrive are malleable enough to change with the ever-shifting politics of the guilds. But it makes me think of someone quick changing, like in a theater, like in a scene change for theater. This would go a lot faster if I didn't forget where I was every single time I opened my mouth to think about another card. Drew Tucker, Revised Power Leak. It's very good. Basically gives them upkeep 2 mana or pay 1 life for an enchantment. Not, like, terrible. It's funny. I guess I shouldn't say that it's not terrible. It's funny, which is also important. Traveler's Traveler's Cloak, Rebecca Guay, another banger. I love this one. This is one of... when I was looking at the art deck, this is one of the ones that I was like, I should maybe do an art deck in different colors instead of just green and white. Because basically I just wanted to put Rebecca Guay cards in it. Just fill it up. Reconstruction. I had to look. Because I thought this was beta when I found it in the bulk box, but I think it's Antiquities. Bring 1 artifact from your graveyard to your hand. I feel like this would be like an expensive ass card if it was not a sorcery. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Paying 1 for that seems really good. I guess. Maybe I'm just used to getting shut down, like stomped on by artifacts, so I overrate that sort of thing. Browse, Phil Foglio. I love this one. Once great literature, now great litter. Jaya Ballard, Task Mage. Dude, I was reading these notes. What do we got here? I don't think I can read it through the camera. If A equals B and B equals C and C equals D, then do not get a job proofreading. Quid's theorem. This demonstrates the law of wobble. If you push something hard enough, it will fall over. This is just a very good. There's more, but moving on. Very good. I love Phil Foglio's stuff, man. I wish they would let people be wonky again. Hank, this is one you had mentioned from Susan Von Kamp. It's a fairy. Clearly. Look at that fairy. No one can catch what won't be caught. Is this still just a fairy, or did they errata it to be what it looks like? Like a fairy merfolk or something? It's still just a fairy. I mean, yeah. Richard Kane Ferguson, Essence Flare. Love this card. I mean, I love how it looks. Never underestimate the power of the soul unleashed. Super cool, dude. This one's an all timer. Phil Foglio, Snowfall. Dude is just frigid. Cumulative upkeep blue. Islands may produce an additional blue when tapped for mana. This mana is only usable for a cumulative upkeep. Snow-covered islands may produce either an additional double blue or an additional blue when tapped for mana. This mana is usable only for cumulative upkeep. It's ridiculous. Let me see this other art. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Literally just a merfolk, just straight up. All right. This was another beta one. Creature Bond by Anson Maddox. Target creature is destroyed. Creature Bond does an amount of damage equal to creature's toughness to creature's controller. Me flashing this in on the Jumbo Cactus when they turn it to toughness 9,999. Silk Wings Scout. Rebecca Guay. It's a fairy. That's not a merfolk. But at a glance, I guess it does have wings. I focus on like the skin color, but like it has wings. Oh, this is blue-green. I didn't notice that before. Feedback. Quentin Hoover. This isn't 1995. No, it's not Alt 4th edition. It's just very like saturated. Looks really good. Feedback deals 1 damage to controller of target enchantment during that player's upkeep. Perfect for my ping to death by 1,000 cuts mono blue deck. Phantom Monster by Jesper Myfros. Mirfors. Jesus. Sorry, I'm reading through the phone. Well, like a ghastly rapid river, through the pale door, a hideous throng rush out forever and laugh, but smile no more. Edgar Allan Poe, The Haunted Palace. It's such good art. I wish, this is one that I kind of want to, like, almost am tempted to go out of my way to get, like, a more saturated version, because that art is so good. Oh, we have an all-timer by Rebecca Guay. It's Stream of Consciousness. Like, this is one of her best arts, honestly. It's crazy. It's crazy good. The fabric flowing, the water flowing. You have, like, the ripple effect where her arms are in the water. Her hair, the lighting is incredible. It's just an all-time card. It's just actually a fantastic card. Oboro Breezecaller, another Rebecca Guay card. Not quite as exciting as Stream of Consciousness, but it's very good. I just put 2 in the... No, we're good. We're good. I'm not crazy. D-Tier Lizzie, Wayward Soul. No home, no heart, no hope. Stronghold Graffito. Graffito? Good stuff. Another Rebecca Guay card. Mana Breach. The wizard had it all until she tried to use it. It's a very good one. I mean, like, look, all Rebecca Guay's art is a very good one. This is just for her, compared to her other art even, I think is very good. Therese Nielsen, Foresight. This is another one that's like burned into my brain. I don't think it's because... I think I bought... I'm trying to like remember. I had all these Alliances cards. I think I've gone to exactly one tournament just to hang out with a friend who was playing in the tournament. It was in Minneapolis. And he bought a pack of Alliances after losing, and he pulled a Force of Will. And he's like, oh, well, I guess that's a good consolation prize. I'm like, freak it, I want to buy an old booster pack. So I bought a pack of Alliances, and I think I pulled this and a bunch of other, like, absolute trash, but it was very fun. I'd never like, cracked an old booster pack or anything, so it was just, like, I don't know, it was exciting. Kaya Foglio, Illusionary Presence. It's just good. If we see Foglio, we buy. It's that simple. Unless the price is too high, and then we don't buy. Magus of the Unseen, also Kaya Foglio. Very good one. I love shiny stuff, man. Look at those balls. Kind of spacey, celestial. Very good. Bob the cat has come around to make his voice be heard. Another Kaya Foglio. Go figure. Wind Spirit. Orb deck. Hell yeah. I could put it together. I could make it work. To visit the sky requires bravery and thought and little else. To master the sky requires the binding of its masters and little else. Arnlot? Olason? That's it for this page. Invisibility. Anson Maddox. This is such simple art, but I love it a lot. I mean, it's kind of wonky for just being invisible, but like, it's good art. It's just simple, classic, old art. And it's, this is unlimited. That's cool. I didn't really notice. I didn't internalize that before. Thought it was revised. For those who don't know, you can tell because the illustrator is in the middle of the card, and if it's revised, I actually have this comparison. Yeah, if it's revised, you can see it's much closer to the line, and also unrevised. Usually, the color is also much much more faded on revised cards, but not always. But the two big ones are the illustrator being in the middle, and as you can see, you have the bevel. Like for some reason on the revised printings, this little bevel by the border got cut off, so they don't have that. And those are the ways that you tell easily. Are walls different from the Defender keyword? I believe so. I think do all walls have Defender? I feel like all walls have Defender, but not everything with Defender is a wall. I don't know if all walls inherently have that, though. But yeah, they basically can't do that. We have Gaseous Form. Oh, one sec. Hang on. My mom got a phone call in the other room, so she was yapping. Defender didn't used to be a keyword. There were just walls. It used to be innate to the creature type. Okay. I was kind of on the money. We got Phil Foglio, Gaseous Form from Legends. And gives to airy nothing a local habitation and a name. William Shakespeare, Midsummer Night's Dream. Oh, now Bob is meowing at the door. I'm going to finish up the blue deck, and I think I'm going to be done. It's a lot easier when you have 6 hours to burn with no people in the house, you know? We got Original Opt by John Howe. We need alternatives, Hannah, yelled Gerard. Now! That's a different Hannah. That's a very different Hannah than other depictions. I swear there was another one with Hannah and Miri. Image Crafter. Therese Nielsen. It's just, I don't even, you know what? I don't like, of Therese Nielsen stuff, like this isn't even particularly great. And still, look at the detail. Look at that dude's eye. I mean, both of his eyes, kind of. It's just the angle makes the other one look popping. All right. Escape artist, Scott M. Fisher. Not even my shadow knows where I am. Very good. Very good stuff. Wait, hang on. Just another buff lady, I guess. Very funny. Oh, we got some Theros stuff. Hell yeah. So this is me just filling bulk on TCG Player, and they had a bunch of Theros cards. So these are just ones that like I saw a lot when I was drafting. Voyage's End, Omen Speaker rather. Her prophecies amaze her even as she speaks them. Fate Foretold, Dan Scott. Don't know why they had a bunch of blue Theros cards, but they did. Teferi's Drake, Carl Johnston. Johnson. This one's Johnson, not Johnston. We threw dried fruit to the drakes that rode the air, streaming along the weatherlight side as we sailed amidst the clouds. Oh my god. Okay, I need to get up again because Bob the cat he wanted to come into this room through a closed door and then I let him in and now he immediately wants to go back into the other room through the closed door. Why are you like this? Here, go, go, go. I swear to God, you guys, he walked through the door. There's glass in it. It's a glass door mostly. He walked through to the other side, heel turned, and then started looking at me like he wants to come back in. I think he just wants the option. Shoreline Ranger. What is this? Sutphin. Michael Sutphin. Island Cycling 2. Holy shit, it's a 7 drop. Bob is yapping. My mom's also yapping. Oh, need to finish this. We're almost there. Doug Chaffee, Rebound. I honestly forget if I found this it's a 6 drop. It is a 6 drop. Look, I'm not a math major. the classic excuse. I forget if this one was a find in the local game store or if it was filling for bulk on TCG. Could have been either. Brian Talbot, Mana Chains. This one I remember. This one was filling for bulk on TCG. Enchanted creature gains cumulative upkeep 1. That's so like forcing that onto someone is so funny to me. D. Alexander Gregory, Mystic Veil. This is another I don't remember where I got this one from, but I had it. Like I liked looking at it. I acquired one somehow, and I just was like, oh, this one I was so happy about. Master Transmuter by Chippy. Dude, just getting this art with the old frame, I'm so happy about it. And it's cheap. People hate it. This card is normal. If I remember correctly, it's like normally $1 or $2 or whatever. The retro frame was like nothing. It was like 4 cents. It's so funny. Wasted potential surrounds us. Lend me that bauble and let me see what it can be made to be. It's so good. Chippy is great. It was in a pre-con. Oh, okay. That makes sense. It's very good. I mean, it's up there. I mean, it's Chippy, There's like a lot of retro borders here. Denizen of the Deep, Anson Maddox. I love this art. It has everything. It has the whirlpool, the deep ocean whirlpool. It has the monster. It has the ship. It's just solid. Oh my God, Bob is whining. You little whiner. We got totally lost. Fibblethip had always hated crowds. This was another one I was so happy to see in Retro Border. Oh, okay. So like the whole pre-con was that way. That's sick. I mean, I knew they had like a bunch of these, right? They popped up. But like that's cool that they had them in a deck. That's so funny. I love Fibblethip conceptually. Alluring Siren. It's another Chippy. It's another Chippy card. This is like kind of scratched, scuffed to shit. Very good. Chippy just being horny. I guess it is Alluring Siren, so that makes sense. And our last one, art that I've never seen in my entire life, and artist that I do not recognize, just with sick art. Bazaar of Wonders. When Bazaar of Wonders comes into play, remove all cards in all graveyards from the game. Whenever a spell is played, counter it if a card with the same name is in play or in any graveyard. It's very cool. I mean, like the thing is whatever, but Bazaar of Wonders is great art. Like it just feels like actual art, you know, for lack of a better term. All right, we got through blue and white or white and blue, and um my little chunk of alt fourth edition cards. So that's pretty good. But I've held my mom hostage for like going on 2 hours, so I think I'll break this up and do at least black and red next time. We have black, red, green, my multicolor artifacts, and some lands at the end there. So depending on when I do this, if I do it during the day, I could have time, but then Anya's awake, and if I do it at night, Anya might be asleep, but my mom and or dad will be around. So gotta figure that out. Posted some Liz Danforth bangers in the Discord. Hell yeah, dude. I just didn't like look into her really. Or I hadn't typed her name in yet. I'm sure she has a lot of good shit. I mean, that's like the fun of like finding someone you're like, oh, this art rips. And then you look at all their art and it's like, oh. Or it's even better when you have someone like Zena Saunders or Clyde Codwell where they only did like a handful of cards. And it's like, oh shit. Like Caldwell, like all of his are great. He home runs across the board. And Zena Saunders has like a ton of good shit as well. But yeah, I'm gonna peace out for this stream. VOD will be up on YouTube and stuff, and we'll see when I can get to the next stuff. I'd like to hopefully get it in like one shot next time. Like get the rest of this in one shot, and then I'll have my commander deck stream at some point where I'll just go through and it will kind of be a dual purpose sleeving and looking through the deck to sleeve it, appreciate the art, and also like do a 4 or 5 pile, probably 4 pile, like confirmed, maybe 5 pile. Confirmed I want it in the deck. So like the commander, for example, is confirmed, right? Most likely in the deck is like open to being not in the deck. Maybe not in the deck, or like neutral, maybe not in the deck, definitely no longer in the deck. Because I did get some extra cards, and like some of them some of the stuff that's in the deck list I looked at and I'm like, you could probably go. So we'll take a peek, I guess. I don't know, maybe the Timeless Dragon will end up in the deck. That way, and then I'll have to I'll have to do my rehydration method on it to get it into shape. Because I didn't get any of the packets because I don't really want to order stuff because I'm leaving the country soon. But someone had a good tip. You just do in like a Tupperware, a container of some sort with a lid. I just did Tupperware. You line the bottom with wet paper towels. You get like a platform or like a smaller plastic container. Put your card on that. Make sure it's wider than the card. You want it to all fit. You don't want it hanging off. And then just leave it in there for like half an hour, 2 hours, whatever. And at worst, it will bend the opposite way because it's too saturated with moisture. So it'll like bend like this. And then if that happens, you just leave it out to dry a little. And then when it hits the point you want, you double sleeve and you shove it in a book or under a book or whatever you're gonna do for a while. And then it, because of the double sleeving, ideally will stay like that. But yeah, that's it for tonight. Thanks everyone for hanging out, watching me go through cards. It's very fun getting to be excited with people and laugh at the silly things that we find and appreciate the cool things and even sometimes learn things. So yeah, I will see you guys next time, hopefully. I know it doesn't keep it that way indefinitely, but you know, it like helps sort of sometimes. Anyway, peace.